Hey, welcome back, church family. Excited to be with you for another week in the Psalms. It's been a minute that we've been in the Psalms. Where are we?
Yeah, if you remember all the way back, we actually started reading through the Psalms on July 4th. We began with Psalm 1, and with every time we start a new book of the Bible on this reading plan, the Bible Project has a really helpful video that covers the themes and the structure of each book that we go through.
Yeah, like I said, we've been in it for a hot minute, but at the same time, it feels like we're just streaming through it. So even go back and watch that Bible Project video if you have time.
Yeah, we've been referencing it pretty often. The beginning of the Psalms starts with a lot of lamenting, but here at the end of the Psalms, we shift from lament to praise. And in many ways, that's a shift that we see in the biblical story as a whole. We see, of course, the fall take place in Genesis 3 in the garden, but that is not the end of the story. We see themes of joy coming in the morning, the Lord never forsaking his people or his promises, and on and on. We see this theme throughout the Bible. Tim Mackey says that the biblical faith is forward looking, and I just love that idea.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Because even as you look back, the whole intent is to look forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. Speaking of looking forward or looking up, Psalms 120 through 134, which we find ourselves still in the middle of this week, they're known as the Songs of the Ascents. So as we work through those, we need to consider this. These are the songs that were sung by the Israelites as they pilgrimed up the mountain to Jerusalem for the various feasts and festivals throughout the year. And the cool thing about this is the roads all literally led up to Jerusalem. It was situated on the holy hill. So it creates this neat metaphor to where as the people are physically ascending, they're also spiritually ascending as they climb the mountain to meet with the Lord. So these songs, they sing them, and they reflect this holistic relationship between God and Israel, what God means to Israel, what Israel means to him. And they serve as vessels that really frame their hearts and minds to prepare them to participate in these holy feasts in worship of the Lord. Psalm 132, it's a great reminder of the covenant promise. So I'm going to read an excerpt, and I want you to imagine singing some of these words as maybe you yourself are traveling up to Jerusalem to participate in a festival that's honoring the Lord. So briefly, I'll read 132:11 and then verses 17 and 18. The Lord swore an oath to David, a promise he will not abandon. I will set one of your offspring on your throne. Verse 17, there in Zion, I will make a horn grow for David. I have prepared a lamp for my anointed one. I will clothe his enemies with shame, but the crown he wears will be glorious. So, as Cameron pointed out, we're reading and thinking forward. This was clearly a song that was thinking forward to the continuation of David's throne and that promise, and even further than that, the Messiah that was coming. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, yeah. And this and all the Psalms, they're meant to be sung. They're meant to be meditated on. They're meant to calm the weary soul, whether that's from thousands of years ago to today and thousands of years in the future. They're meant to encourage the downcast, and they've done this for me this summer as we've been walking through the Psalms. One of my favorite verses was actually just from today or yesterday's passage, Psalm 143, verse 10. This world is an uneven place. There's valleys, there's pitfalls, there's even mountaintops. But Psalm 143 promises that the Spirit is the one that leads us on level ground. And so I don't know if that's how you're feeling, but there's so much uneasiness in the world. And so to know that the Spirit of God promises to lead us on level ground as we seek him really brought me peace today.
Yeah, that's very good. We wrap up the Psalms in a couple days, but we're still in the midst of poetry as we'll dive into Proverbs. So we're looking forward to it. Thanks for being here. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Sunday.